You are watching On Demand. Please do not try to vote or enter any competition or other interactivity in this programme, as it may not count and you may still be charged.
Today on your Loose Women Live, it's Kay Adams, Sunetra Sarkar, Katie Piper, and Linda Robson.
Hello and welcome to Loose Women. It's Friday. Oh, that music there is because a certain someone has just turned the big 5-0, and it is our Sunetra. And there's lots of surprises ahead for Sunetra later in the show. She's very nervous.
Very nervous.
Talking of surprises, we're also going to be speaking to the gorgeous Melinda Messenger. Now, we're used to seeing Melinda with her trademark blonde locks, but later on, she's going to be revealing her new look and telling us why she's embracing her grey hair, and it was the biggest act of self-love. And it is the high heel scene coming from the upcoming Barbie movie that's got us all talking today. Just look at those feet, wait for it. Ooh! Yeah, but Linda's not happy. She's not happy, look at that face. Are high heels too much of a hassle? Linda will be getting in some heels for the first time in 40 years.
I know I am.
Well, first, we are sending congratulations today to Naomi Campbell, who has announced the birth of her second child, baby boy, last night. Naomi is 53, but she says you are never too old for motherhood. And we believe that she's single. She's not telling us any different. And there is actually a rise in women without partners choosing to become solo parents for all sorts of reasons. So, Sunetra, of course, there's lots of single parents out there because life happens. But to actually choose that as an option, would you?
Well, I personally wouldn't, because I know how hard it is, because I was a single parent for a good 4 or 5 years, you know, on my own with Noah. And I remember watching friends of mine who had been single parents from earlier on and having such, like, respect and admiration for how they cope. So I don't think I would actually start my parenting journey as a single parent. I don't think I have the equipment to do it, because for me, I think it's the support that you need to have from beforehand. If you're going to plan to do something like that, right, the commitment and the kind of expectations you're going to have from the friends and family that are going to have to step up possibly more than the average couple that has a child, I think that makes it a real...
Even if that meant never having a child at all?
Yeah, I think maybe for me it would be, I'd rather do it with... I'm a team player. I work better in a team than on my own.
Katie?
I think choose is the wrong word, because it's not about sort of saying, oh, this is how I'm going to do it. It might be that you've always wanted children, but you don't meet the right person. So rather than do it with the wrong person, you then choose to say, well, I'm going to go on this journey alone. And, you know,
You're going to choose to have the child rather than not have a child.
Yeah.
I mean, Sunetra was saying she would rather not have the child.
I mean, I'm behind anyone who can provide a child with love, stability and consistency having a child, whether they're gay, straight, single, in a family that's going to help them co-parent or in a couple. And I sort of found myself going down that journey a long time ago before I met Richie, because I wanted to be a mum and I didn't want sort of society's shallowness or values mean that I couldn't have a child, you know, just because I couldn't meet somebody. So, yeah, I think it's great that Naomi's able to do this, and I know lots of other men and women do it too.
I suppose it's knowing yourself, isn't it? You know yourself, Sunetra, so you would say, right, OK, I'm not...
Yeah, I know that I wouldn't be the best parent I could be on my own from day one.
If it happens, you never know what it's like till you are the parent.
Yeah, but I mean, we all know how hard it is.
Yeah.
You know, we're all parents here. We know it's just not easy, especially those first few years. So if Naomi or whoever, you know, chooses to go through that journey on their own from the beginning, I think they have to obviously have the commitment in their own self, but I do think it's a lot to ask of the people around you who know you're going to be doing this on your own, because I've got friends who've done it on their own, and I have felt really mindful about leaving them alone because really they're doing so much. They haven't got time for a phone call or, you know, I think it is a different kind of set of expectations you go into it with.
Yeah. I didn't choose to be a single parent, but I became a single parent when Lauren was about 3 because I split up with her dad. And I had a really difficult time then, obviously, because he moved in opposite with his new girlfriend, so I used to see him all the time.
No.
Yeah. But my mum was around, so I was really, really lucky because my mum took over looking after Lauren and I was working at the time, so I paid her. She didn't want to be paid, but I said, Mum, look, you need your bingo money. Let me give you a bingo money at least so you go to bingo. She loved her bingo and that. And she did a really good job with my kids. And when I was away working, she'd look after the 3 of them sometimes. And when I got back, she used to say to me, you've ruined them lovely kids. Because when they was with her, they had rules. And as soon as I come back, of course, she'd spoil them because she was away working and everything. But I couldn't have done it without her.
Yeah, but, well, that's it. You couldn't have done it without her. And I suppose that's what you're saying, Sunetra. You really need to know that you have got people around you that are going to be as committed as you are for the long haul. I don't think I would have done it. It's funny, I mean...
You'd have to. If that was what you were faced with, you would make it work, wouldn't
you?
No.
Well, no, I mean, of course, people become single parents, I mean, as you have, because life happens, as I say. But I have 2 aunts who are sadly passed away. And, I mean, this is technology that's allowed us to do this. I mean, it's the last sort of 45 years that we are able, you know, to have IVF and different donations, etc., surrogacy, whatever. And they were 2 women who desperately wanted children, but they couldn't. And that was like the end of the conversation because, you know, medicine didn't have anything for them. And so there had to be that level of acceptance. And when I did think, right, OK, at the age of 36, I'm a slow learner, I thought, actually, I would like kids. And I took my mum to this coffee shop to sort of run it by her because I knew she was surprised. She thought that I had chosen not to. And I said, I mean, Mum, what would your life have been like without me and Eric? And she said, I'd have been fine.
Not the answer you were looking for.
But it was a good answer because maybe at 36, maybe I wouldn't have been able to have children. And so what she was trying to tell me is, yeah, great, that's fine, but it's not the end of the world if you don't, that you could still have a great life. And there are a lot of women and men who choose not to and sometimes feel judged by that.
I think they get a hard time. I think they get a really hard time. The few friends I have who haven't got children really do know when they walk into some rooms, I've got to brace myself for the obvious questions and the, have you got children? It's almost like a, hi, how are you? Have you got any children? It's almost like as easy
it's in our culture.
Yeah, it's a real, it's a real...
Well, Janet always talks about it on the show. She chose not to have children and she's really happy about that.
Same with Carol as well. She chose not to have children, didn't she? I can't imagine my life if I didn't have children.
Oh, I can't imagine you not being a mum, not being a nanny, not being...
Lots of laying.
I would have liked more children, but I was too old and went through the menopause quite early.
Let's have a wee chat about that, Linda. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, oh, I know.
But you could have
someone in their 70s had a baby
I was
one.
going to say, you could still have one.
Yeah.
Stop it. Don't put ideas in your head.
I don't know where this conversation's heading now.
No, neither do I.
Linda's having a baby. Is that the new... This is an exclusive right here.
But they don't stay babies forever, and I suppose that's why you're saying that. I mean, we've got that, haven't we? So my daughter was 21 on your birthday.
Yes, and
Noah.
And Noah turned 18. Yeah, we had 2 big birthdays in our household, the 18 and 50 thing. And I was a bit nervous about 50, if I'm being honest. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, I didn't want to talk about it. I know it's coming. I've enjoyed saying late 40s or 40-something. And I've been so used to saying it that I knew I was going to have to say this number that when we were kids, we thought that was, like, really old. And I just kept thinking, I don't really want to say it, I don't want to talk about it. And now it's happened. I'm really liking it. I feel like I never know what age any age is anymore. And nobody looks what you used to think that age is.
Fantastic.
Well, you have to say that. I've done better things to be clapped for than that. No, I just think I am actually enjoying it, and I think it's going to be OK. It's not as scary as I thought. And having an 18-year-old who's now doesn't need me as much. I mean, he's on his lad's holiday now. I haven't heard from him in 24 hours.
Is that sad, then?
I've got to start getting used to... Yeah, it is sad. It is sad. But, you know, my dad said something really interesting when he was giving my wedding speech, and he said, you know, our role as parents is to give our kids roots and wings. Oh. And I think that's what, hopefully, we have to all do, don't we?
Yeah.
Give them root and then let them fly off and know that if they need to come back.
I wanted to chop their wings off. I wanted them to still be in my house with me.
I know. And I guess that's why you're saying that, you know, it would be nice to have a baby because
Yeah.
I know that them growing up is kind of hard.
It is really hard.
Yeah.
We can have a baby together and bring
Yeah.
it up if you want.
All right.
What is happening? I can't
What are
do
you doing after
Mondays
the
or
show?
Saturdays. You have it on Monday or Saturday.
Well, Linda, we'll leave you with this. Kids don't stay with you if you do it right. It is the one job where the better you are, the more you won't be needed in the long run. So you've
No,
done
that's
a good
what I
job,
say.
Linda.
Me and my husband have done a good job with our kids,
You've
honestly.
done a
We
good
really
job.
have.
Absolutely. Still to come, as Love Island's hottest couple, Davide and Ekin-Su, called time on their relationship. Oh, I know, I'm filling up here. Do you find it harder to trust someone who's good looking? And we're talking high heels. Katie says she can't imagine life without them, but can she convince Linda to pop on a pair for the first time? Oh, in over 40 years. Find out next. Welcome back. Still to come as Hollywood star Margot Robbie goes viral for her heels in the new Barbie movie. It is Katie versus Linda in our big shoe debate. And our Linda will be trying on some heels after 40-odd years. She can't wait.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to it.
Sad news overnight. Love Island's hottest winning couple ever, Davide and Ekin-Su, decided to end their relationship. It's been a bit of a rocky 11 months for them amid rumours that Davide had cheated. And research shows that good-looking people are, in fact, more likely to cheat. So do you trust a looker, Katie?
Load of rubbish. How you look has got nothing to do with whether you're unfaithful. That's almost derogatory, like saying only good-looking people can get attention. You know, it's a load of rubbish.
But they get more
People are more
attention.
likely to get attention.
No, because not everyone's that shallow. You know, not everyone bases who
I
they
am.
seek out on how they look. That's why you're sat next to me. No, I think people cheat for lots of different reasons. It might be that they're insecure themselves in the relationship. But some people cheat because they're in really awful relationships where they're lonely, maybe it's abusive, they seek comfort in somebody else. You know, there's lots of different reasons why relationships don't work out and people go
Yeah,
elsewhere.
but it's not very often, Katie, that you see a really, I don't know, a mature man, say, with a very unattractive woman. Usually it's a
Depends
younger...
how rich he is.
Best.
I mean-
Well, exactly. So those men are looking to cheat on their wives who are probably the same age as them with considerably good-looking women.
Not all men.
Don't you think? Not all
No.
men, but you can't say that it doesn't go on.
It is a
'cause
bit of
that
a
is
thing,
happening.
isn't it?
I
That
think
is
in the
happening.
in the public eye, older, rich, famous men go out with glamorous women, but I think that's a different issue.
No, but they cheat. It's more about the good-looking people that are happy to cheat with men who've got wives. I think there is something to be said about looks do play a part in when men go off. They tend to go off with women younger. And
You're getting
better looking.
yourself
I'm trying to be really diplomatic,
But
but,
then
women do it as
So
well.
then why do
But then
women
you're-
cheat? Is it because...
Yeah, because you're saying the men aren't good looking, so actually, and the women are still cheating
Oh,
with
so are we
them.
just talking about men being good-looking here? Or I was talking about
Anyone.
the good-looking women
'cause
cheating on...
But the women cheat as well. It's not just men that
of
cheat.
course. And I'm sure they don't deliberately look for unattractive men. I think they are looking for good-looking. You turn off. No one's looking for the unattractive people deliberately, are they?
Well, it's all an opinion, isn't it? Whether
Yeah.
you find somebody attractive or not. It's a bit like art, isn't it? What one person says they can appreciate, another person can't.
Yeah, but I mean, OK, if you take someone like Davide, he's classically handsome. I mean, you may or may not fancy him, you may or may not think he's good-looking, but he will believe himself to be good-looking, and there will be a lot
He
of
looks
women
really
who
shy.
will. Yeah, he looks
With his
really
T-shirt
shy.
off, he's so
My
shy.
first-looking partner was really good-looking, and wherever he went, the girls were just all over him all the time, honestly.
What did you do about that, then?
Got rid of him.
Get your high
Took me
heel
a
off.
few years, but I got rid of him.
And
in
did
the
that
end.
make you trust him less then?
I didn't trust him because I caught him lots of times cheating on me.
Right, OK.
So-
And do you think it was about his looks because he thought he could
Definitely, he had a
cheat.
really good personality as well. He was really funny, he was charming, you know, like... And just everyone, all the girls loved him, you know, like wherever he was at, there'd be girls...
But that's more charismatic.
Eamon Holmes is a bit like that. Whenever we go back with
Steady.
Eamon Holmes, he's surrounded by women everywhere he goes. Ruth knows it as
That
well.
is your charisma, don't you think?
Yeah,
You're
So he's-
vibrant, you're...
Yeah, he is. He's good company and that,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah, God, I thought we were going to get a revelation about Eamon there.
Hi, Ruth.
Oh, my Lord. Well, we have to say, of course, we have no idea whether Davide has cheated or not. These are all rumours, she said. Now, in a moment, Linda is going to try on some heels. Yes. I can see them underneath the desk here. But it is competition time first. And if you fancy winning big, this is the one for you. A luxury cruise holiday. We will guarantee that Linda won't be on it, so you're fine. And £30,000 in tax-free cash. Oh, yes. Lines are closing in a matter of hours, so get entering now. Our Jake has the details.
If you're dreaming about a change of scenery, well, this competition prize is for you. We're giving you another chance to win £30,000 in red-hot cash and an unforgettable cruise holiday. Yes, you and 4 guests could be exploring some of the hottest destinations around with Fred Olsen Cruises. Dalmatian Coast, Norway, Iceland, the Azores, and so many other options to choose from. And the great news is, you have 24 months to take it. Staying in 2 balcony suites, you will unwind in luxury with gourmet dining and marvel at the epic vistas and breathtaking stopovers. Remember, to make sure you make the most of this trip, we are also throwing in £30,000 in tax-free cash. So that's the cash and the cruise for 5 people. But remember, lines close today at 3 p.m, so get entering right now. For another chance to win the prize, text prize to 68300. Text costs £2 plus 1 standard network rate message. Go to the website, entries cost £2. Call 09068 78 8300. Calls cost £2 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and phone number to DY20 PO Box 7558 Derby DE1 0NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close today at 3 p.m. Good luck.
Now, she's had over 200 careers so far, and now she is set to add film star to the list. Barbie is hitting the big screen, and it is actress Margot Robbie's feat that has got the fans talking today.
Cold shower, falling off my roof, and my heels are on the ground.
Look at those. Perfect feet. Apparently she was holding in a bar, of course, to perfect those tippy toes. You love it, though, Katie. You love your high
I
heels,
love
don't
a
you?
heel, yeah. I mean, I'm 5'3".
Can you get that leg on the desk? You've got to see
I've got
these.
my comfy heels
Look.
on today.
Look at
Look at the faces. Just look at the faces of the audience.
This is my work shoe.
That is major.
Because it's got the platform, it's quite comfortable. And yeah, I wear a heel everywhere I go, always.
Everywhere?
Even on the school run?
Not on the school run. I wear my trainers, but then I'll change afterwards. I would feel really bad and really rude to go to work without wearing a heel.
Rude?
Yeah, because I feel like it says I made an effort for you. This is important to me. Like I'm turning up. It would be like
Not
doing
very conventional. You
So
know,
would
that
you
women
be
have to be
offended-
seen in a certain way?
But I feel good. I enjoy it.
So
Like,
would you similarly feel offended if people turned up to meet you without heels?
A little bit disappointed.
Really? Oh, my God!
I must offend you every day.
Yeah, I actually wanted to bring this up. So.
I can't think of anything worse than wearing high heel shoes. Even when I went to Buckingham Palace, a garden party a couple of weeks ago, I had my flip-flops on. They were my posh flip-flops. They're all silver with sequins and everything.
Did they let you in?
They let me in, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
And every woman there, after about an hour, after their heels had dug into the grass at Buckingham Palace, all had their shoes in their hands and were walking barefooted home.
Yeah.
I was, like, dancing out of there with my flip-flops on.
Absolutely.
I feel really sad for you.
Don't be sad, I was comfortable. I feel sad for you. You're going to have bunions, corns, everything by the time you get...
Surely, like, in beds with Heather, you must have worn heels.
No, never. Always comfortable shoes. I've only ever wore comfortable shoes.
Your whole life?
Even
You've
when I was at
missed
school,
out.
my mum used to make me wear them. You remember the tough shoes with the laces, like boys' shoes?
Yeah.
I hated them. I used to change them around the corner.
But I mean, you never thought, you know, when you see a woman, I have to say, I'm with you on this, Katie, I quite like high heels, sort of sashaying along with a set of heels. It's got a kind of nice thing that, no. You don't, you
finishes off
never...
You can sashay, you can sashay, you can sashay. I can't sashay.
Come on then, we've got some heels under here. Let's get
With
going.
you.
Operation Linda.
Sinatra and Katie.
You're okay, right. That's not even a heel. Oh, yeah. Did it? Done it, guys! Come on, Sashay! Sashay!
Oh, come on, Linda.
This foot is killing me. That one ain't so bad.
How's it
Keep
feel-
walking.
How's
Don't
it
stop.
feeling,
Keep
Linda?
going. Are you
How's it
sashaying?
feeling?
Catwalk.
You're on
I mean, that's not even a heel to me.
Oh, well. Good try,
Why
Linda.
couldn't you have done that for the King of England?
He liked me. He wanted me to be comfortable.
Well, and
look
Katie
at-
looked at them and said, that's not even a heel as far as I'm concerned. But we did do a poll on this. We asked you, have you fallen out of love with high heels? And like Linda, 86% of you have. So there you go.
I think that's because of lockdown, though, because we all wore slippers in lockdown.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
not getting back on their heels. Some big birthday surprises coming up for our Sinatra.
Oh, really?
Celebrating the big 5-0. And coming up next, Melinda Messenger is going to be here showing off her new, more natural hair. She's going to be telling us why she said bye-bye to the blonde, why she is embracing her age, and why she is firmly off the dating apps. All will be revealed next. Welcome back to Loose Women on the last day of June and seeing off the month in style with me, Kay Adams. It's Katie Piper, Linda Robson and the birthday girl, Sinatra Sarkar. Still to come, shock stories and some surprises as well. We are throwing a big 50th birthday bash for our Sinatra. Party hats at the ready, or 1:15. Right, it is time for today's guest, former glamour model and TV presenter Melinda Messenger. Divided opinion last year when she ditched her trademark blonde locks and embraced her natural greys. Well, despite the mixed reviews, she says she is happier than ever since giving herself permission to be free and says that others should do the same. Please welcome the wonderful Melinda Messenger. Hi, Melinda. Lovely to see you. I feel kind of embarrassed that we make such a fuss about someone's hair colour, but it is a thing in this world, isn't it?
It is the straight. I can't get my head around it, quite frankly, because I think it doesn't even look that much different. You know, it's just probably because it's also blonde and the, you know, white kind of sort of blends in. But also, why the big deal? Why we make such a fuss? I think that was the thing that surprised
And
me
it
more
saves
than
you a fortune as well, doesn't
saves
it?
a fortune. Obviously, it gets healthier, you know. But but why the big deal?
And it's only women that really make as big a deal. I mean, I'm sure men feel it, but it feels a lot more acceptable for men, doesn't it, to go grey like silver fox? It's even a compliment.
Yeah, it's positive.
Yeah.
So was it a big deal for you then to make the decision knowing that other people would react?
Yeah, it was actually. Well, I suddenly became aware of the judgment because. I kind of hadn't put any highlights or colour in it for ages, and I was getting ready to do a TV show. I think it was Antiques Roadshow. And I looked in the mirror and I thought, oh, God, I'll have to get my roots done. And Evie was like, well, why would you do that? Because I'd been saying all my hair's going grey, and actually now it's gone white. You know, oh, yeah, look, you can see.
It's a great, no, it's a great colour.
But, you know, she said, well, she said, but
This
you
your
like
daughter,
it.
Evie?
My daughter.
Yeah.
She
How
said,
old's Evie, then?
she's 19.
Oh, OK, right.
And she said, but Mum, you like your hair the colour it is. She said, so why would you be doing that? I was like, oh, because... And then I thought, oh, yeah, why? Very good point. I thought, oh, it's because that's what I've always done, and that's what, you know, I kind of assume that I'm, you know, meant to do or meant to look a certain way. And then it just got me thinking about it and challenging the whole thing, and thought, well, no, we don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You know, and actually, I'm not saying that anybody should do one thing or the other. I'm saying just do whatever you want to do, you know, don't be beholden.
And you must be saving
Yeah.
a fortune. I mean, it is so expensive to keep you on top of your hair. My hair goes grey at the rate of knots. I'm literally having to keep on top of it, spraying it and doing everything to try and... So it is an expensive...
So would you consider going grey?
I think, you know, I'd love to think I would look good grey, but it's such a drastic change. Again, with this colour hair, you know you have to go through such a stage where you have to commit and
grow it
stick with
out.
it.
Yeah.
And then, like, what's going to happen when it's half-half?
Yeah.
It is a bit more than hair, though, isn't it? I mean, you know, as you say, it's more for women. It is about ageing, and actually ageing as a woman can be quite a complex thing, and there's a lot of judgment in it. Was part of this for you kind of embracing a stage of life or not?
Definitely about embracing a stage of life, yes, because I got a few... I mean, most people were really nice, and that's generally the rule anyway, and then a few people were like, it looks disgusting, you know, you look so old, why would you do that? And then I thought, well, yeah, I am getting old, and what's wrong with that? You know, I'm not 27, I don't want to be 27.
So
I
when you
love
were
being my
27,
age.
though, and you were modelling, did you ironically feel just as judged for your looks back then as well?
Yeah, probably more so, actually. And just, you know, it's just the nature of the industry that we work in, I think, isn't it? You know, it does do that. People comment about what you're wearing, comment about how you look, you know, and I think generally, if you ask people, you know, the public, do they really care? They don't.
Yeah.
It's just that it gets talked about and written about, and it sort of perpetuates then this kind of conditioning and way of thinking, and then we all play along. So I think it's just great just to sort of...
See, I think you're growing old gracefully. I'm going to grow old disgracefully. I'm going to get that dye out as soon as I get a grey hair.
Do you know what? Well, why not? Why not? I might dye my hair pink, blue, green. It doesn't matter, does it? It's just hair.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you have this new career now, which is fabulous. You've got is it an
MA.
An MA in psychotherapy?
Yep.
I mean, that's so impressive, and I can imagine how much work you have to do. Like,
It took a long time.
Absolutely, and I really commend you from going from such a different career earlier to this. Do you find that some of your clients recognise you from back in the day? Is that okay?
It has happened, and yeah, it's fine, because obviously, you know, I'm there to be in service of them, and so it's not about me. And you know, it has been, some clients have kind of initially recognised me and it's come up, but very, very quickly, you know, that's moved on. The space is about what's happening for them. The space is all about them, you know, and I'm there in service of them. So, yeah, it becomes very irrelevant very quickly.
That's good.
Just thinking, you talk about ageing. I mean, obviously part of us ageing is our children also age. And so you've got 3 who are all at the fly the nest stage.
Oh. Yeah.
How is that feeling?
Well, right now, very different. Because they haven't actually left the nest.
Lucky you.
They're quite happy to stay. But I did go through it when they got to a certain age a few years ago, and I felt that really... I went into grief, actually. I just found myself crying all the time. And, you know, obviously doing what I do, I have a lot of therapy and had a lot of therapy, and so I was looking at it and I thought, oh, no, I'm in grief, and I'm in grief of letting go of that stage of my life that will never be there again, you know, and it does need honouring. It does, I think we do, you know, we shouldn't be afraid to honour these significant moments in life, and there isn't anything wrong in being sad or feeling that. Actually, if anything, it can be like a recognition of what was really important and what really mattered, and it allows a process, a natural process to happen where you can then move into a new phase, you know, and there's a new stage, and that's beautiful and it's different, but there is something about having to say goodbye, and that's, it is painful, but necessary.
What phase are you in now, then?
So now it is like more of sort of being like, you know, a manager rather than a mother. It's like, or their PA, quite frankly.
Taxi driver.
But I love it. I love it. It's very different, and they do need you still, but it is in a different way. And actually what you start to see is you start to get the joy of seeing them sort of blossom into their own lives and move forward.
You got
And
sensible,
this is what we want.
You've got sensible shoes on today. You stopped wearing heels.
I stopped wearing heels probably about 15 years ago.
Good girl.
Yeah, I hate them.
We were talking about, I said I would never not be in a heel, and Linda's been absent 40 years heels.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Good girl.
But you know what? I like a shoe where you can go anywhere. You know, and then, you know, climb through anything, walk over anything.
Yeah.
You know, and in a heel, you can't really
Can't do that, yeah.
can you?
No, you can get a cab
I'm with
there.
you on
though.
that.
Melinda, you've broken Katie's heart today.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. I tell you what, I have to say to you, I don't know whether it's your hair colour or whatever, but the blue in your eyes is absolutely phenomenal. I can't take my eyes off your piercing blue eyes, so something is looking, it's all working beautifully well, I have to say. Melinda Messenger, everyone. So talking of embracing age, the moment is finally here. We are throwing a 50th birthday bash for our Sinatra. Are you excited?
I'm so nervous. I have no idea what you've been keeping
Well, I've
me
got
in
an
the
ice
dark.
bath. I don't know what you're going to get. You've got an ice bath? Yeah.
Well, I'm not having that. I can tell you that now.
Well, there are a few surprises. There could even be a few tears. Really? But there'll certainly be a whole lot of fun. The party starts in just a few minutes.
Hey.
Time. We finally celebrated a certain someone on the panel who has just turned 50 years old. Oh, I'd love to be 50 years old again. Bring on the balloons. Here we go. The champagne.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I like them. Yeah, it's all happening. It is all happening. Yes, and we've got a lovely picture of your cleavage just behind you on your right shoulder there.
Oh, there's all my cleavage.
There's
Great.
your
Oh, I'm
cleavage.
so pleased we got that in there. What are these?
We have got lots,
There's one from every decade,
lots of birthday
probably.
surprises for Sinatra to come, but while she gathers herself a wee bit here, it's back to Jake for all the details on how you can win a cruise and a whole load of cash. Be quick though, lines closed today.
Fancy an adventure of a lifetime? What about waking up to something new every day? Lucky for you at home, that's exactly what this competition will do for the lucky winner and for family members or friends. You lot could be embarking on a once-in-a-lifetime adventure as we're giving you the chance to win a Fred Olsen Cruises holiday. You get to choose amongst some epic destinations: Dalmatian Coast, Arctic Delights, Azores Islands, and so many other options. You'll get to experience a blissful getaway staying in 2 balcony suites and receiving full board status on your trip. It really is a holiday of a lifetime to enjoy, and you've got until August 2025 to take it. To make sure you make the most of the cruise, we are also throwing in £30,000 in tax-free cash. So that's a beautiful £30,000 in tax-free cash and luxury cruise holiday. But remember, lines close today at 3 p.m, so get entering right now. For another chance to win, text prize to 68300. Text costs £2 plus 1 standard network rate message. Go to the website, entries cost £2. Call 09068 78 8300. Calls cost £2 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and phone number to DY20 PO Box 7558 Derby DE1 0NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close today at 3 p.m. Good luck.
Good. Now, a big birthday does mean a present, of course. We'll get the old champers there. And Sinatra, we know that you have made a career out of playing medical professionals on Casualty. And we've had No Angels, of course, Brookie. So, Nurse Linda, could you bring out the present, please?
Carry on camping.
Come on. Do we get to open it now? Can we open it now?
Linda,
Quick,
you
come,
look,
rip it
honestly.
open. Rip it open.
Oh, there's a label. There is a label. Happy birthday, Sinatra. You've made a career out of playing doctors and nurses, so now you can put it into practice with your other half at home. Orcs.
What is it?
Am
Is
I
it a
really going to
speculum?
want to open this? Oh, you haven't actually been to one of those shops, thank God. Really? Yeah. You can come and show me how to wear that.
That's your weekend sorted.
Well, I'll send pictures, I promise. Not ever.
How was the big party? Because you weren't going to have one.
No, and then on this show, I obviously was like, we had a debate about whether you should have parties or not, and I was like, do you know what? I'm all right, thanks. You know, I had enough birthday parties as a kid. I don't need... And Jane Moore was like, you have to, Sinatra, you have to. And I said, well, it's my son's birthday then, so I don't want to over... She went, do a joint. And I thought, no way. And then the more she was hammering me about it, I thought, actually... Go on then, and I did, and it was. She was so right. I did enjoy it, and it was a really strange mixture of having 18-year-olds mixed with 50-year-olds. There's Noah there in his little pink tie, and he had all his mates there, and like 100 people. Because of course he got double the presents, because my mates turned up with presents as well. So he was like happy days.
Lovely.
It was great.
Oh, it's good. Well, listen, there's lots of people who want to send their birthday wishes, and so if you just look over there, there's just a few of them.
Oh, really?
Happy birthday, Sinatra! I found the oldest, ugliest people in the room to do this with, so we feel better about things. Have a fabulous day. We love you. We love you. Bye.
Hey Sue, happy 50th birthday to you. You magnificent, hilarious, zesty, brilliant woman.
Can't believe you're 50. Where have these years gone? It was like yesterday, we were just a couple of teenagers who were filming on Brookie Close in our home city. So from one scout bird to another, happy birthday.
I just want to say that of all the people I have ever known, you are by far the kindest, most generous, and most difficult to stop talking.
Happy 50th birthday, Sinatra. Hope you have a fabulous day and we love you lots.
Love you!
Oh, thanks, Lee.
Oh, happy birthday, Sinatra, the big 5-0. And I hope you have the best day, because you know what? You are the best.
Oh.
Happy birthday, you're worth it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sinatra. Happy birthday to you.
So tough. That's so nice. Honestly,
There we go.
that was really lovely. I want to watch that back, because I'm already like, really? Jamie, Georgia, Alex, Amy, and you got all the girls. I mean, that was great. Thank you so much.
And I've got you on my shoulder, my favourite picture of you is just sitting on my shoulder. I love that one. There you go. You love it too, don't you?
Always behind you.
Yeah, well, listen, we've got one more message from someone very special.
Oh, God.
And it is, of course, your proud mum, Bashaka.
Oh, my God. Don't. Oh, no, no. To keep a secret in the world. You don't tell her anything. How did you keep this a secret?
I'm enjoying it, Bishop.
It's really hard. It's unbelievable. Have you been here all this time? I can't believe it. Mom.
Do you know, it's such a pleasure to meet you, because Sinatra talks about you all the time. She really does. And
You've done a good job with her as well.
You've done a very good job with her. You really have.
Mom.
You're gobsmacked, Sinatra.
And Michelle's here, so my cousin. So the surprise for me today was that my cousin, who I haven't seen for 5 years, has come over from Australia, and I've said, come and sit in the Loose Women audience. And she's here, and she's a year older than me, so it's like she got to 51st, I'm like, ha, ha, ha. And now it's my turn. And I was thinking, this is such a great surprise to have someone from my family here today. And then you've got Mum here, and you've been to makeup.
And I couldn't tell Michelle either.
How did you do this?
So, Bashaka, tell us some stories.
Yeah,
what was she like as a teenager?
Quite a handful. On the whole, okay. And my niece, Michelle, and she's been very close, so every time I complain, I say, oh, I don't know what to do with... I call her Bhalo. I don't know what to do with Bhalo. She always assured me, wait till she's 18, she'll turn round. Maybe I'm still waiting for
Oh, Joe, do you know what? I'm really nervous that Mum's going to talk about the time I stole her car and I crashed it. And I want to get in there first. Say, I'm really sorry, Mum.
We need to know your mum's version of that story. Tell us.
Oh,
it was awful.
Don't know that day. I was actually in Italy in some kind of, dance event, and there was a dinner there. So I went there, but just before that, I thought, oh, I'll just give a call to see how the girls are. And I called her. It was before this mobile phone thing, so she couldn't call me. And I said, Bhalo, how are you? She said, oh, I am in an accident. I took your car and smashed it in the garage.
Remember that? Yep. It was a nightmare. And I think I was just 17. I don't even think I had a licence.
We were waiting for the story of when you pierced your own ears, but you crashed. You took your mum's car and crashed it. That's even better.
Better. And I think later on I found out she had groups of friends with her who gave us some wonderful advice, like take the car by the river and throw it in Mersey.
I nearly pushed my mum's car into the River Mersey because I thought,
rather
then we
than
can say it
face
was stolen. Someone pushed it in the river. This has escalated.
This is good. Well, Bishaka, we know that you have been awarded an MBE for your services to the community and dance and things, which Sinetra is very proud of, but I think you should get another one for bringing her up. She was indeed a handful, but, I mean, Sinetra, we've got, like, 30 seconds for you to say how proud you are of your mum when she's here.
I mean, really, this is the best gift you could have given me because I'd never have thought I could get Mum on Loose Women because actually, once she starts talking, she doesn't stop. That's where I get it from. This is where I get it from. So I'm just so happy that you have managed to find a way of surprising me and get my mum in. And all you ladies, honestly, I have had the best time on this show.
Yeah.
You guys are the best, and this is just like the icing on the cake. So thank you, everyone. Happy birthday.
Well, Sinetra, you mentioned the cake. You mentioned the cake word. It wouldn't be a birthday without a cake, would it? No. With a nod to your Brookside past, so let's have the cake.
Brookside cake.
There you go, Brookside
That's amazing. You look lovely there as well.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You do.
I look a bit like you.
The only thing is you don't have heels on.
No, say that again.
You don't have heels on. That's the only problem with the cake.
That's a good thing, because I'm Team Linda when it comes to heels. You're with me as well there, aren't you, Mum?
Comfortable shoes, yeah.
Comfortable shoes.
To be fair, you were only 15 when you joined Brookside, weren't you?
I was. And do you know what? If I went back and told that 15-year-old Sinetra that she'd be sitting here with all these pictures of my mum on Loose Women, she would never believe it, honestly.
You must be so proud of her, starting her career at 15 like that. It's quite amazing.
Yes, I am. I have to admit that.
Yeah, it's amazing, really amazing.
Fun.
Yeah, even if she never turned out to be a doctor. I mean, you know.
That's not true.
You have plenty of practice. That's my dad's wish. We're nearly there. And I mean, seriously, to think that you guys have gone through all the decades, the 5 decades that I've been alive, and found pictures from there and done something which is from the beginning.
We did it because we love you. Sinetra, everyone. And of course, Mum Bishaka. That's it for today. Next week, Wayne Sleep, Emma Dales, Amy Walsh and Matt Willis are all stopping by. Until then, have yourself the most fabulous weekend.